they're going.
Ready?
Go!
Well, hello.
We started?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
You said go!
He didn't click it. Hello. Welcome to, I don't know, is this another episode or a first episode? What are we calling this? Of the movie Madhouse, whatever we're calling it.
Episode.
And episode.
An
We're
episode.
doing multimedia.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're pulling a Howard Stern.
Oh.
Yes. He's the king of all media. We are to be the princes of all media.
How about
go a little bit farther down on the scale?
Distant Cousin Squire?
Peasant's dog.
There you go.
There. That'll work.
Okay. Well, I'm Rob.
I'm Jason.
I'm Mike.
Yes.
I have no idea. Oh,
Stare at either camera. I'll make it work later.
Just look for the red dot and pick one. Just
There's a couple red dots.
That one over there hurts my neck. I'll just worry about that one over there.
You
All
have
right.
a neck?
Yeah, sort of. Lots of been doing some trap work.
Got a little pivot point.
Yeah.
Well, for our special episode, kind of thought we'd focus on Sam Crow.
I had to break out all the gear.
Oh, I had it all planned. I got both of my jackets. I was going to put one on and then the other, and then, oh, look, take this off, take this off.
Oh, I'm getting kind of warm.
Yeah, but I'm warm now, so that ain't happening.
No. All right, Sam Crow.
Yes.
Where do we start?
When did you guys first start watching?
Season 1.
You started from the beginning?
I was a little late getting to the party, but I did end up finding the box sets.
Okay.
So once I got myself caught up to everything, and then I was able to go and get the episodes whenever they came out in proper order.
Okay. How about you?
For me, it was the hype of second season. It was recommended by a few coworkers. One of them passed me the first season. I chewed through that in 2 days and then started picking up the second season from there on.
See, I got in on the last episode of season 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. A friend of mine I was working with, she kept recommending it.
Oh, okay.
La.
Yeah.
Yeah, then my sister started going on about it. Oh, fine, I'll watch it. And got that last episode. It's like, oh, damn. Rewind. I got to find all this stuff. So since then, been a very somewhat loyal watcher.
Somewhat. I would say an ardent supporter of.
Kurt's probably got a summer house because of me.
Probably. Well, here, like the polar opposite would be my brother. Mm-hmm. I asked him the one day. I go, "So, are you watching Sons? Like this last season's really good." He goes, "Haven't seen a single episode
Of any season?
of any season." I go, "What?
How is that possible?
Exactly. That's what I want to know." I asked him. I go, "How can you not see a single episode?" You go, "It just never happened."
And this is your brother.
This is my brother.
Is he adopted?
Maybe you're adopted.
Oh,
I don't know.
one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other.
Only way to explain it.
And see, I've got another opposite. There's a girl at work. Her partner loves Sons. And I got talking to her about it. She's never watched it. Said, here, I'll give you the first 3 seasons. Go from there.
Yeah.
She watched season 1 and gave it back. I just can't get into it.
It's like that for some people. Another friend of mine, he couldn't get into it either. He watched the first, I think, about 3 seasons, and he's just not interested in going further.
I was hooked just like that.
Me too.
Exactly.
But I will say, and maybe it's my perception's off, but the show does kind of take a bit of a down where the pacing slows down, and it I don't know, it doesn't quite have the steam that really powers you through. But if you stick with it, it pays off beautifully.
Only that first season.
Think
the
so?
first season is a little slow just because they're feeling out the characters.
Yeah.
Any series is like that.
For me, I think it was, it might have been third season. A lot of the Irish stuff was what kind of really drew things back for me.
Yeah, and then season 4, it just bang.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll focus on Charming and that little section of that world. And it said, everything we need to have happen is going to happen right here.
I got a coworker. He hasn't been at our place very long, but he showed me pictures the other. He heard me and another person talking about it. He was there at the set.
Oh,
He's got a picture standing outside the gates of Telemoro. You see the burned out clubhouse. This was just from like a year ago. You see the burned out clubhouse on one side. You can see the garage at the back.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's a living set. is built just for this show.
Yep.
I would figure, like, I always figured they would just CG the clubhouse burn down, but
Nope.
Apparently not.
Wow.
No, it's
okay.
a burned out husk there. Or at least looks like a burned out husk.
And see, if you think about it, it's easier to burn it and rebuild it than to spend the money CGIing it every episode.
Yeah.
Well, they could just shop it into the background, like
Just a standard shot.
Yeah, because there's not a whole lot of people interacting with the clubhouse after it gets blowed up. So you just have to worry about your camera angles for that.
I don't. Sons is not the kind of show I would see much computer, or much CGI at all.
There's a little bit with the blood, but that's basically it.
Yeah.
Even that though, it does not. What blood I've seen, that never looks CGI to me. Never.
Only one has. Just this last episode or two, when the when those what group was it with? With Moses and the little group, they go to the Aryan Brotherhood house.
Yeah,
yeah. The Blackwater, the hit squad for August Marks.
Yeah,
Cartwright. Is it Cartwright?
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Marcus something.
Moses
Cartwright.
Moses Cartwright.
Yeah, but there's one shot there. I think it's a headshot. You can. It looks a little CGI-ish.
Yeah,
Okay.
said
Honestly,
those
that's the only ones.
headshots are hard to do with a practical effect.
Yeah.
So
And
nowadays,
I got it wrong. I said Moses has gone off to
No,
Constantine.
it's
Yep.
Pope.
It's Pope.
Damon Pope.
Damon Pope has been killed, and he's resurrected as an angel in Constantine.
Maybe we should, preface. We should start at the beginning. There's gonna be a shit ton of spoilers here if you have not watched the show.
Dan, if you're listening to this,
too late.
yeah, 'cause he hasn't seen a single episode apparently.
No.
Maybe throw up at the beginning. Just throw a big spoilers thing across the ticker.
This will be spoiled.
I'll just go through and beep out all the important stuff.
Yeah. Good
Then
luck.
they got on their bikes and beep.
It sounds like an episode of Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Put one solid beat.
Oh my god! I heard the best joke. Who's the most foul-mouthed person in movie history?
R2D2.
That's right. Everything he says is beeped out.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's not get into Star Wars.
No. Back to Sons.
Totally different episode.
Favorite character?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a hard question. I would have to say I really liked Opie up until the point he got killed.
Yeah. After that, he was pretty much a dead character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Opie, I gotta say
Piney.
Chibs.
You like Chibs?
I like Chibs.
Okay.
As much as I want to say Jax, that's a little too on the nose because the show pivots around him. I got to say Tig.
See, I'm a Tig
He's
guy,
a
too.
blind soldier, but he's crazy, and sometimes you just don't know what he's going to say or do.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to pick your favorite character
is.
in that.
Yes,
because
very much.
you look at each one of those characters, and each one will appeal to part because everybody wants to be happy at one point in time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not just the emotion, but the guy whacking guys and putting them in barrels. So
And then putting a little happy tattoo. On
yeah, but like each one of those, like Bobby is was probably spoilers.
Still makes me cry.
Probably like the level-headedest of the group.
Yes.
He seemed to be the keel and the rudder of Sam Crow. Now Chibs was right up there too, but Chibs was loyal to the club to a
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
And
That's where he's having problems.
he's having a great deal of problems trying to figure that out now.
Yeah. See, I'd have to say mine is Opie too.
Yeah.
But barring him, get it?
Boo.
Come on. I'm a Tig guy, just because you don't know what he's going to do.
Well, Tig.
He's the most interesting character because, like, especially when I found out he had a fear of dolls. You know, when he went to Gemma's dad's place.
No, I think the moment solidified Tig as my favorite was when that I can't remember the guy's name now, but he came down from Washington, from Tacoma.
Oh,
and Tig hates him. Kozak, yes. And you think it's over a girl, and it's over a freaking dog.
Yep.
Their hatred is over a dog.
Right? Dogs are people too.
I'm sure a vet would like to argue that point with you.
This whole Venus thing now sheds an interesting light.
That's a whole nother.
On the dog issue. Was it a pet?
Oh, dude! Don't go there. No,
I'm not.
That-
Big May.
because it's not out of the realm of possibility.
You're okay. When you say it like that, it's definitely now in the realm of possibility. No matter how hard we're trying to,
Jeez.
I bleach that out of.
Bunnies and butterflies.
Now, of all the characters that have been killed, who's your favorite?
I say Ope, but Piney is a very close second. Because Piney was a bit of Jax. You know, he wanted the club legal. He wanted what Teller wanted.
Yeah.
John. And I didn't like how he went out.
No, that was kind of a chintzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cheesy.
Yeah,
That was Clay greed.
that certainly was.
Now I know it's fresh, but for me, it's Bobby.
Yeah.
He was the heart and soul of that club, and just looking back, first season they made a big deal of him being the Elvis impersonator, and they had events around it, and then they stopped doing it, and it always kind of bothered me. I always wanted to see a little bit more of that, and I found out again. I talked about it a few weeks ago. The whole cast was on Conan O'Brien. He had never done an Elvis thing before that. So he had to learn that for the show.
But they also did that callback to Elvis when he got run off the road.
That's right. Yes.
He was singing Elvis.
Yes. But just his whole character and all the turmoil he's gone, he was always kind of caught in the middle of everything going down. Like when Jackson, Clay, when that all was all coming to a head, he was right in the middle of it.
Yep.
And that always really made me feel for him the most. Of everyone who was getting affected in the club, Bobby's the one who was hurting the most.
I can see that.
Because any attack on the club is an attack on Bobby because he's such an ingrained member of that club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's Chib's loyalty, but then there's Bobby dedication.
Yeah.
Like he was dedicated to that club.
Yeah.
Even when Clay was getting into the drugs, he's like, this isn't going to work. He didn't fight it.
No.
Because it's a club decision. But he was the moral compass. It's not going to work.
You see, the moral compass of an MC.
Spinning.
Yeah, it's kind of that's a tough one to kind of work through, but
it definitely doesn't point true north.
No.
Okay? No, it curves a little.
Yeah, a little left to center with that. I think my favorite dead character, Clay.
What?
Clay.
Seriously?
Clay, because of what he did, he was the impetus of so many seasons. So much conflict, so much story was driven by Clay and Jax. Excuse me. But if you don't have Clay, you don't have Jax becoming as strong as he is now.
True.
You needed that conflict of Jax and Clay to build Jax up.
What's what they say? Without a good villain, you can't have a good
Exactly.
And I say without Clay and how he did things and the things he did, that would not have Gemma, I don't think, would have done what she did.
No.
She definitely picked that up from Clay. Survival at any cost.
Yeah.
That was something she picked up from Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that said, where Clay ends off, that gives us the seasons that we're at right now. Because, like you said, if Gemma doesn't learn the stuff that she learned from being with Clay, we don't have a season 7.
Honestly, we don't have a seasons 1 to 6.
No.
No. Now, I just remembered Tig. I was talking about his fear dolls.
Yeah.
That's actually something Kurt Sutter suffers from.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's why he wrote it in the script. What's it called? Pedophobia. Oh, boy.
Hey,
Careful.
Yeah.
Now is not a time to get your words mixed up, Rob.
No doubt.
Now, another really good character, fun, was Otto Kurt Sutter
yes.
himself. That poor bastard. That poor bastard.
Yeah, but it's the writer of the show, so he's doing it to himself. Is that a masochist that loves pain? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with what he did to himself in this series, what is he going to do to his wife?
oh,
Yeah, crap,
Well-
I can't do it to me.
look what he did during the second season.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's what kind of mind can do that?
Well, he said it's a very flexible mind because it's not his wife. It's that character,
It's
Gemma.
Gemma.
Yeah.
It just so happens that his wife is playing that character.
Yeah.
So it's... Yeah, I can see the discomfort
Yeah.
where that comes from. But you also have to think that he is such a solid storyteller.
I just picture Katie Seagal walking in. He's in his office typing away. So what do you got planned for the second season? Oh, you're going to get raped.
What? Did you take the garbage out? Did I say it's a gang rape?
Oh, didn't mention that, did I? All righty. I just went to Dre D'Amato, Wendy,
Yep.
and Katie Seagal. They share the same birthday.
Oh,
There's 18 years difference. January 19th. And let me see here, because Kurt Sutter originally did The Shield,
Okay.
right? 7
really?
seasons. Yep.
yeah, okay.
So there's a long range of actors from The Shield in Sons.
Ah.
I never know how to say her name. CCH. What does that?
It's just CCH. Everybody's it calls her CCH Pounder.
Really?
That's the name she's known by. I don't know what it stands for. I've never found it, but yeah, she's a character or an actress that pops up everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, Kenny Johnson. I don't know who he plays. Benito Martinez. Ali Walker. Oh, Ali Walker. She's the FBI agent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes. That basically causes a lot of
Oh.
They've had some really good government official as foils for the Sons.
Well, see, it's not only S.H.I.E.L.D., but there's a lot of Deadwood characters popping up in there. Unser's from Deadwood. What's her name? The lawyer is from Deadwood. And
okay.
that one FBI guy that came in, the tall, skinny dude with the beard,
oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
he was from Deadwood as well.
Huh.
Yeah. But Emilio Rivera was also from the S.H.I.E.L.D. What's his name? Alvarez.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool. Kurt Sutter was a writer and later also executive producer on the S.H.I.E.L.D.
But no foam rubber thing.
No.
Michael Chiklis?
No.
Alrighty.
What? He was. He was a foam rubber
I
thing.
know.
Holy crap.
Well, am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
And I can put it out there that still that foam rubber thing's probably going to be better than what we're going to get coming. But let's not get down that rabbit hole.
But not nearly as good as the Corman one.
I mentioned Deadwood characters.
I want to see it.
There's a lot more than 3 in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know who these people play, but Cleo King. Okay, Dayton Cali is Unser. Keanu Young, Kim Dickens, Paula Malcolmson, Ray McKinnon, Robin Weirgett, that's the lawyer, and Titus Welliver. I forgot he was on Deadwood.
Titus Welliver.
He was not Jimmy, but the other one. Frack. The IRA guy that gets offed.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
The head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Unser is a very unique character because considering that dude was supposed to die after the second season,
Yep. His cancer's not doing a very good job.
no, it's not.
But he's the one that through the seasons can tell he's the most heartbroken.
I'm wondering if Unser is us. Like, I think Unser is playing the people that are watching this show because everything seems to kind of circle around Unser, and he's always there observing and he's watching.
You can't help that when you live right near their clubhouse, you know.
Okay,
There is that.
but before that, like when he was living out in the country and stuff
Okay,
like that,
yeah.
he was still, even when he wasn't in close proximity, there was still a lot of things happening around Unser, and then like he had to bury his head in the sand just
to survive.
to survive. Yeah,
Not
because
only in the club environment, but emotionally.
yeah,
Mentally.
Well, it's pretty much an unspoken fact that he's had a crush on Gemma for a long time.
I don't think it's a crush.
Oh, I think there's some deep feelings there.
Yeah, I think it's more than a crush.
Okay,
I agree the deep feelings, but I think of it more as a father-daughter dynamic.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because they're not even close to the same age. Because he said Unser was arresting Gemma when she was still a kid.
And you know what? Maybe it is that, but instinctually watching film, whenever there's affection going back and forth, we're trained to think love, lust kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you are right. Because, yeah, he did say that. And it's always been a chaperone-ish kind of thing.
So it's the protective father looking after the wild daughter.
God damn, I'm a pervert.
That's totally beside the point, but that's just my take on it.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to throw out these questions and whatnot. Who would you say was the best villain across the board on this show? I'm going to throw out one exception though, except Clay.
Damn it.
And Clay's a special villain because he's an internal villain.
Yes, he was a hero that turned to villain. So,
He was never really a hero.
No.
well, for lack of a better term,
he was an
to say any
anti-hero.
of these guys are heroes.
Yeah. He was an anti-hero.
Yes,
Then he turned all the way villain.
Right.
Anti.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like, what's his name? Zorian? Crap. From season 2.
Oh, the Russian?
No. The white supremacist.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Arkin.
He was the guy. That was...
Alan Arkin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was one of the other ones from...
Alan Arkin and his cohort, Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins was a good one, yeah. So the other guy, he played Skinner on
yes.
X-Files.
I never watched X-Files.
What?
What?
Never attempted to watch it.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. It's Adam Arkin.
Adam
That's his
Arkin?
son, yes.
Yep.
Ethan Zobel. There we go.
Zobel.
That's it.
Why couldn't I think of that?
Well, it's such a common name.
Well, yeah. And what the heck is Skinner's name?
Yeah, because he was starting to deal meth and he getting into the Stockton crew stuff like that. So
Yeah, and he was the predecessor to Zobel.
yeah,
Because he was the Aryan
Brotherhood. Yeah, because he was trying to get out.
Darby.
That's right.
Because didn't they go back to him last season? In season 6, they went and checked back in with him, and he's been clean and sober and living
out of it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. But
I want his real name. I can't remember his real name. It's bugging me now.
I think my favorite villain. There's been so many, but Moses Cartwright. This season's big bad. He struck fear into Sam Crow like no other one individual person has ever in the past.
It was too short. We only had him for 3 seasons or 3 episodes. I would have liked him to be around a little bit longer,
Dude.
but
4 episodes.
I know. I know, but I would have liked maybe if they could have brought him in.
Okay, but think of it this
sooner.
way: it was quality.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he was smart, he was organized. He, like you said, he went after Bobby because he knew Bobby was the linchpin to Redwood, and he had to take Bobby out. And that makes him probably the most dangerous.
And he was all business.
Yeah, there was no. He was given his mission by August Marks, and he carried out that mission to the letter.
Oh, yeah.
Right up until the time he caught that bullet in the head.
Yep. For me, Danny Trejo, the cartel stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with a cartel. They don't fool around. You just don't mess with them.
Yeah.
You don't screw them over. and it's Trejo. You don't get much better to fill that kind of role than Machete.
That is true.
So, but you look at all the machinations and the wheeling and dealing and the double crossing and the triple crossing, and you just kind of you look at the season. You go like all of the season. You're going, how are these guys still alive? Because they've screwed over so many different people and groups and organizations. You would think these guys would be bullet backstops a lot quicker than they have been.
Yeah.
So, that's a good way to put it.
Well,
it's Mitch Pileggi. I finally found his name.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Takes me a while, but damn it, I get it done.
I am DB. Hurry up.
Yes.
Okay.
What was your favorite season? What was your favorite story arc? Let's go with that.
Favorite story arc. Ooh. I liked when Clay flipped Juice and was using Juice as the puppet through that part of that storyline.
When he was on the outs.
Yeah.
That was season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the downfall of poor Juice.
Yeah. They said Juice, his misguided loyalties to Clay because he wasn't quite sure, because he had that power struggle between Jax and Clay, and Juice was trying to land on the right side.
Picked the wrong side of the
coin.
coin.
And he picked the wrong side. And Clay, being the manipulative bastard that he is, played Juice like a harp.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a perfect characterization of Clay and that Juice Clay dynamic.
What's you?
I want to say it was season 5, the Damon Pope stuff. Great from when with Tig and watching his daughter burn alive. Yeah. That whole season right up until Jax handing Tig over and then turning it around. The way that played out was beautiful. Everything, because Tig was a big part of that, but Jax used Tig as the bait to lure Pope into a false sense of safety, and then boom.
Yep.
And flipped it on Clay. That was masterful.
Yeah.
Juice pulling Clay's guns and then using those, that was friggin' awesome.
Yeah, another poor example of Juice.
For a guy who seems so loyal to the club, his, I don't know, the lack of intelligence on his part, or
he's trying to think ahead of the curve, and unfortunately the curve bends the way he's not looking.
Yeah he blinks, it goes left, and he's cruising right, and he's just more trouble trying to do what he thinks is the right thing, and he just worse and worse and worse and worse as it goes along.
Now, with Juice, because what started his downfall, if you will, was they were going to reveal to the club that his dad was black.
Yeah.
Do you really think that was an issue?
If it had been said, like Chip said, if it's on your birth certificate, then there's a problem.
Right. Okay.
Because the rules are old, you know, but they still follow them.
Right.
You know, and that's why it's been pointed out many times, especially by Eli, and there's no brothers on the wall.
No.
Why is there no brothers on the wall? Because there's no brothers on the wall.
Yeah.
And do you think the Grim Bastard patch over is going to happen before the season is done? There's 2 episodes left. You don't think that's going to round up?
I don't think so. I think that relationship between the Sons and the Grim Bastards is perfectly fine where it is.
Yeah, but they've got hopes now. Jax talked about it.
That'll bring so much more trouble from the other chapters of the Sons.
I'm going to throw this out here now. I was going to wait till near the end, but how do you think it's going to end?
Poorly for Jax, I'm thinking.
You think so?
I think so. Because it seems to me that would be the way it should go. It like, I don't feel this one being they all ride off into the sunset together and live happily ever after.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I think there's going to be a war, and I just don't see Jax making it out.
See, I don't either. only because of all the blame he just placed on himself.
I
He took full responsibility for Bobby, full responsibility for everything. And as they even said in their meeting, when a member shoots a member, it's a mayhem vote.
yeah.
I think, though, because it's the president's meeting, that's where they're going to determine that. And I think Jax is out of the club for sure. I don't think they're going to kill him. I think the circumstances, you know, he'd been put through the ringer and then he was duped by the one person you would not expect to dupe him. I think they're going to logically look at that, and while they may patch him out, take away, you know, black his tattoo, whatever, he's out of the club. I think they're going to let him live so that he can at least go and raise his boys. That's how I see it ending.
So you think he's going to go off in disgrace?
Sort of, yeah.
I can't.
Honorable discharge, if you will.
The only honorable discharge from an MC is death.
Think so?
Yeah.
Look at Kozik.
Yeah.
Or not Kozik. What was that other guy's name that they brought back from the fair?
Oh, the second season where they took him to the shop.
Because he did not want to black out his...
Yeah, because he was the guy that sent Opie to prison. Mm-hmm. Ratted out Opie.
That's right.
And they said they kicked... Well, he's the guy that plays Bobby on Cougar Town.
I've never watched that.
Yeah, we ain't missing much. That's why we're talking about Sons and not Cougar Town. So.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't think you can be discharged honorably.
No, you don't retire from the club.
Oh, no, it's not a retirement. They're definitely going to take away his patch, take away his tat, and all that.
They're going to take away all the information he knows about the club.
I don't think so. He's paid. He's paid enough at this point.
I think that he survives the mayhem vote, and then he goes to find Gemma. Jimmy Smits takes him out.
Oh, interesting.
I don't see that. I think for anything else, I think Nero is done.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Oh, no.
You don't think
way.
so?
No way. Because it's going to be the mayhem vote on Jax. Then it's the foot race to try and find... Because the foot race between Jax and Nero to find Gemma.
I don't think Nero's even going to go looking for her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he can.
I know he's hurt.
He's too focused on getting away with his son. As much as he wants Gemma a part of that, knowing now what she's done and everything that's cost them... I don't think he can get past that.
I don't know. I
That's the problem. We don't know. We don't know in the mind of Kurt Sutter. I can tell you this, again, from that Conan interview, Kurt Sutter's possible vision was that Charlie Hunnam wakes up from a daydream, driving a Vespa, pulling into a Starbucks.
I can see that ending. It's like a Dallas kind of feel.
Bobby Ewing coming out.
And I know another aside, that rumor is floating around again, that being about Walking Dead and it all being a dream of Rick's coma.
Oh.
But it's been said that...
Okay, let's flesh out this Vespa. So Jackson Teller is riding his Vespa and he pulls up into a Starbucks. Bobby is the barista.
Yep.
No, Juice would be the barista.
No, Juice is working the juice at the Jamba Juice.
That's where he got the name. I had a
Okay, Jamba Juice next door.
And you were there.
And
you were there.
Bobby's not the barista. Bobby's like an accountant working on a laptop over in the corner.
No. Tig is the one working on his screenplay.
And he's interviewing Happy for a role.
Absolutely. Happy, button down, hair.
Oh, jeez.
I want to see this ending.
Oh, I see. If you want to go into the realm of ridiculous, I think that's about the most ridiculous.
Okay. Unless IMDb is really messing with us, Jimmy Smits isn't in the last 2 episodes.
Ah, damn it. There goes that theory. So it's so hard to... You can't guess what Sutter's going to do. You cannot guess.
No.
But they're like, yeah. It's fun to speculate. Like, how would you end this series?
think dishonorable discharge from the.
Like I said, I see Jax getting away out of the club, but he's out. They kick him out, kind of thing, and he goes off. Maybe even rekindles a relationship with Wendy for the boys' sake, because there's still feelings there.
And that's a good relationship.
Oh yeah, that worked out well.
They're both in a different place now.
Now she's clean and sober. Moderately, but cleaner and soberer than she was when we first met Wendy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
she stepped up huge in this season. So,
and see, honestly, I think that's another reason why Jax can't survive.
Exactly.
Because that will be the big wake-up call to Wendy. She goes straight sober, and she's the one looking after the boys.
And that's the happy ending that nobody wants.
Yep.
Because that's Jax pulling up into the driveway and hugging Wendy and the kids and closing the door. That's not the way this season should end, or this series should end.
It could never end like that.
No. I just don't think it's in Sutter's DNA to make a Stepford Wives suburban happiness ending.
Other than ending it like Sopranos, it's going to be bad.
Here's... Okay, because we don't know how fastly this is going to play out over the next 2 episodes. Here's a possibility that just came into my head. We have the president's vote. You have, pretty much every member of the MC is there at wherever this location is.
Yeah.
They have the vote. Jax is out, but the Mayhem vote fails. He survives. He's going to leave. Trucks pull up from Marcus's people, and they start riddling the place. Jax sees it coming, tells everybody to get down or whatever. So they survive, but Jax goes out alone. Boom, 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 and goes out in a hail of bullets.
Old John Woo style.
Yeah. Except I think Marcus is pretty much dead.
He's only in jail. He's only in jail, and just because he's lost his biggest weapon in Moses Cartwright, doesn't mean doesn't still have soldiers out there.
Let's see here.
Oh, excuse me. This is terrible.
What the heck is his name?
Now, where do the Niners figure into this?
I think they just drift off into the nether.
They do their thing in Stockton and...
Well, Jax has already got it set up so that the Niners and the Mayans, they've already got worked out what they're doing with Stockton, with the streets. They've made their deals.
Yeah.
He managed to orchestrate that piece. Now the Chinese are kind of screwed over, but
yeah, see that's a different, just a whole another storyline that's not quite put to bed as far as I
you think so?
Just because they took out Lynn
doesn't mean that it's all done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to check because it doesn't have Marcus in the last 2 episodes either.
No.
Wow.
That's
check Jax. Let's see if Jax is in the last 2 episodes.
But when Nero did sell Diosa off to the Mayans, now does that show easy? He's
there?
He's
not in the last 2 episodes.
Oh.
Those bastards are messing with me.
So there is no way to get spoilers off of IMDb. Something tells me they had somebody watching that like a hawk just to make
Leah
sure.
Michelle could still come back.
Oh, you and your Leah Michelle.
That's where Katie's going. Gemma.
Yep. It is.
Way to yank back that curtain.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out Leah Michelle's secret. She's like a highly trained assassin.
That's right. She learned under Danny Trejo.
Was that what it is?
She whips off the waitress outfit. She's got guns and knives and ninja stars. And
Big pack on the back that was hidden under her dress.
Is that what it is?
Or if not strapped, she's wearing the yellow jumpsuit from Kill Bill.
That's it. And a katana.
In her hush puppy shoes, and
she's the daughter of the bride.
No, wait. How can we work this back to season 1?
Do you remember when we were first introduced the dead mother and daughter Mexican illegal immigrants? There it is.
There it is. From season 1, episode 1.
And I'll point out who was responsible.
Tig.
Tig.
Tig's toast. Why did he have... I don't even want to know.
Well, no. Carry on. No, ask the question.
Why did he have him locked in a box in the floor?
Because he killed him.
They weren't dead.
No.
They burnt to death.
They died in the fire.
Yeah, okay. They were probably hiding from the fire.
People showed up when they weren't supposed to be there, so they hid.
Yeah, they hid.
Or they could have been illegals, too.
Oh, they were illegals. We knew that.
That's why they dug them up.
That was probably their home.
Yeah, well, they were living there, but they hid in the box because somebody showed up when they weren't supposed to be there, and they didn't want to get caught.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably thought it was immigration.
I thought it was like Tig's toy box or something.
Probably was.
What got burnt up we didn't see.
Yeah.
Column A, column B.
Now, this fictional MC had some pretty sweet hangouts and clubhouses.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I want that table.
that table is amazing.
It's an indestructible table, I've noticed.
That thing has been blown up so many times.
Well, not only that, Eli comes in. I think I smell fire. He's hacking everything up with a fire axe.
Yeah.
Right before the commercial. Big axe into the middle of the table. But it's fine.
Nope. So that Reaper deflected it.
Frickin' adamantium.
Yeah.
Force field.
Ironwood.
Force field.
Force field.
That makes more sense. I think the supporting characters have been phenomenal, too. Like Chucky.
Oh, Chucky.
Poor Chucky with one finger on each hand.
I accept that.
Chucky, his development from when we were first introduced to Chucky to the killer Chihuahua Chucky that we...
I'll just be outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just an amazing transformation of Chucky.
Yep.
Chucky's chili.
Oh, yes.
Don't eat the chili.
See, it's not fair. He had an advantage. So he's going to get ahead in that contest.
Oh, boo.
Come on.
Boo.
That took me a whole 6 seconds to think.
And it shows.
Damn it. But I love Chucky. Chucky's awesome. Especially when
Chucky's
they
great.
first meet him.
Oh, yeah.
Wham.
Yeah, he's
Are you kidding me?
he's the first really outside the box character I can remember showing up on that show.
Yeah.
Everybody else was tough and a little bit crazy when and then you
Venus?
had Chuck.
When did he first show up?
Oh, Chucky was what, second season?
Season 1.
Was this season 1?
Yeah. Like the
That's right, because they had to rescue him from the Chinese.
Oh.
And then they turned around and sold him back to the Chinese. Because the money he had was fake.
Counterfeit.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was totally useless, so they flipped him.
Now, let's go in the Wayback Machine. Remember Half Sack?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Boxer.
Yep. Poor boy went out like a champ, though.
Yes, he
Protecting them.
did.
Trying to, anyway.
Yep.
Wow. They said he was... I remember that the one scene when Half Sack was in that boxing competition and Clay was trying to get him to throw it. And then Half Sack's girlfriend at the time
Hugs Clay.
hugs and kisses Clay, and Half Sack loses his mind and murders the guy in the ring.
What's her name? She's on Orange is the New Black.
Sure.
She is.
Okay.
Okay.
The girl who played his half-sack's girlfriend. She's the meth mouth god chick on Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Taryn Manning.
That's it.
There we go. No, Tara Manning is what's her... Oh, no.
Taryn Manning.
Never mind. I'm thinking Kat Denning.
Oh, those two are like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering Kat Denning's boobs are
They
twice
both
the
have double
size.
N's in their name. That's all I got.
Is that okay?
That's all I got.
That's all you got. That's all you can have.
But I also liked when Half Sack got his prosthetic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fake ball. I don't think this is supposed to look like this. Drops his drawers in front of Tara.
There are so many good characters. This, like it. I'm happy and sad at the same time that this series is ending, how and where it is, because
Yeah.
there's
only so much story that you can put these guys through.
It definitely feels like this is not the last season. Like they're going to go out high. It's going to be a big note.
The final episode airs December 9th, 2014. The next day, the creator, Kurt Sutter, is releasing a book about the show.
Oh,
Nice.
Nicely done.
guess what I'm buying on the 10th?
Yeah.
Hello, Santa Claus.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Where is it?
So everybody, keep an eye out for the movie Madhouse wish list on Amazon.
That's right. Here it was. Kurt Sutter revealed in an interview that he realized Tara had to die when shooting season 2.
Wow.
Yeah, the reason for this was that when facing the final season, Jax had to be a man completely devastated without supports. And by season 2, it was pretty much they were getting married.
Yeah.
You know, they
Wow.
were a couple.
So was looking that far ahead at that point.
I'm
That's
fairly
wow.
certain for all the talk that Sutter does, he had beginning to end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. Obviously, from season 2, he knew where Tara was going to go. I think he had a real definitive outlook and idea where he wanted this to go. And once he did that, it was just making the fine detail stuff. And that's how he fleshed out his stories.
Here's a cool little bit of information, too. David LaBrava, Happy,
Yep.
those are all his tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all of them are his own.
Yeah, well, he does own his own tattoo shop, so
Yep. That's cool. Well, most of them, like even Bobby and Jax, they have them applied. You know, Juice has the ones on his head.
yeah.
Not Happy.
Again, the Conan thing when talking to Juice and when he says like, "Yeah, these women they're all over us," but when they see the tattoos aren't there, they're so defeated. Oh, I saw a name on there. We totally missed him when talking about villains and whatnot. Torek.
Lee Torek.
Donald Logue.
Yes, yeah.
Man, was that character was just out there.
It was supposed to be a longer arc.
But because
Your
of
goddamn show. Lee Torek was killed early on season 6 because the shooting of Vikings was sooner than originally expected. So he could only do 4 episodes.
You went for being the FBI agent to the king, so I think
He's dead in both.
Well,
yeah,
he still died a king.
Hasn't worked out well for him.
Well, okay, if you're going to do that, you may as well say Sean Bean doesn't have a very good career either because he dies in every single one of his movies.
Doesn't. Poor guy.
Did you see? There's a picture of Sean Bean on Twitter holding up a sign. Please don't kill me.
You got a script for me. Where do I die?
Yes, page 2. That's bullshit.
No. 3. There we go. Oh, wow. Katie Seagal's son in real life is named Jackson.
wow.
That's neat.
Well, that just goes to show how easy it is to write a script or difficult it is to write a script. And
Katie Seagal is a big singer, too. Mm-hmm. Every season has had at least one of her songs. Like she has sung at least one of the songs in the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. That is so cool.
Yeah. Who would have thought Peggy Bundy could have elevated?
Wow. If you were to see the two side by side, you probably wouldn't even recognize that it's the same woman.
No. The Peggy Bundy we grew up with. Anyone? Gemma?
Yeah.
The voice, the mannerisms, everything. And
Gemma would slaughter Peggy Bundy.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, she wouldn't even think about it.
Peggy would just start talking to her and just psh.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're kind of running out of
time here.
Yeah. But all in all, Sons of Anarchy.
I know. As they call it, Teller Tuesdays is coming to an end.
Do you think there might be something to replace this, or like does Sutter have something else in mind?
See, this to me falls back to what people say about people that have loved and then someone's died and they love again.
Yeah.
It's not a replacement. You cannot replace Sons.
No.
It's a different kind of love. So I'm sure there'll be something else down the road, but Sons is its own magic.
Okay.
And
now,
seeing what we've seen from him with this show and the curveballs that he's throwing, you just don't know where he's going. To try and guess what might be next from him, you can't.
Sutter has his proven track record. Whatever he wants to do next, there's going to be studios falling all over themselves to give him whatever he wants. And the sky's the limit. Now, going back to yours, just to twist the knife a little bit, you're saying that, okay, Sons it's its own separate thing and you can never replace it, but there's going to be something else to replace it, right? Star Wars.
Yes.
Yes. So this new Star Wars universe that we're coming into, by your own words, you're going to love it. You're going to have to leave the Lucasverse behind you, and you're going to have to embrace the Abrams.
I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I don't have to do anything but stay white and die. That's it.
Come to the dark side, Rob.
Nope.
And on that note,
This has been another episode of the Movie Madhouse.
this has been Mike.
Jason.
And Rob.
We'll see you not next week, but maybe some other time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.